Do I got your attention? It ain't no light over here. I'm a dark-skinned brother, but I got this.
I see your teeth.
I got this high pink on tonight.
I see that pink and I see your teeth. Keep blinking.
As I was waiting on my test results, from my peripheral, I noticed a girl in the opposite corner of the room. She was singing the blues. Her hair was a mess, her head hanging down, teary eyes, face flushed, eyes bloodshot, and crying. I couldn't help but notice, but this was a girl the same from high school. Not just any girl, but the girl I took her virginity. And when I say took, I mean given. And what I mean by given is by a note that read, meet me at my house, my mother leaves for work at 2. And this one of the type of place where you reunite with those spirits. So I sat there silently trying to stay unmoved by her tears, silently sitting there questioning, thinking, she was a freshman then, it's been 4 years, I know she had a high school. What's she doing here? Well, what was I doing here? I guess the same. Results in that wave when my brain was a blank, one of those moments that nothing connected. Lonnie love, then my name was called, and I looked up, and as I looked up, she looked up, surprisingly, never noticed me in the corner. When I stood there at the door, I was sitting in front of her blue jeans badly soaked by the blues, she cried. As I turned and walked in, I nervously smiled at the nurse to forget. She said, sit, so I sat at the desk. As she opened the manila color folder, I could see my name on the tab capitalized in black permanent marker. Was it a connection? Didn't know. I just sat there silently, maybe only 5 seconds, but I sat there silently. Since I stood up in the waiting room, I rambled through my brain, I scrambled, trying to put together this puzzle. Every closed closet door, dug up every hidden bone, about every bitch I called cut and every hoe I called bitch. Thinking about every woman, all these women. These 5 seconds, I was emotional wreck. Verbally, I disrespected them, but still chose to lay in the bed next to them. Question why I only chose to pull out when I was ready to eject. When I already knew that the condom popped, it wasn't like I didn't have more of them, I couldn't make a store run. Matter of fact, I remember now. I was sitting there thinking about how this passion and influence more than just my actions. How my erections seemed to penetrate deep into her west spine, into my own common morals. I was sitting there questioning myself, thinking. He answered all my prayers when I was a child, and I once that I asked for good help. Maybe he didn't give me a child, he still know I was one on the inside. Now I'm sitting in his office building with this nurse named Miss Harper. Thinking about all the times I never used her, all the times I tried to convince her otherwise. When the nurse only spoke, her words were light and very unpromising. She said, Lonnie. I said, yes. She said, you were born March 3rd, 1987. Is this correct? I said, yes. Yes. She said, in our results, we find you were hepatitis A, hepatitis B and C, syphilis, and HIV negative. I looked up. In a smile form, relieved the pressure, weight lifted off my shoulders. I thank God over and over in my head as I smiled. As she handed me the baggie full of goodies, full of condoms and KY jelly, I made sure I took my results. I was that happy. A little bounce in my step as I gracefully walked back into the waiting room. And that's when the elephant entered the room. See, this tale wasn't over. That girl that was teary-eyed seemed like she was waiting on me. I wiped up a smile, lowered my head, and I sped up my pace. But I heard her call out Lonnie. So I tried to act surprised with her, oh, hey. She walked right up to me. I never seen this look in her face. She said, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this bad predicament. Until you, I didn't even think about sex. Until you, I kept my hand in my books. Until you, you are my first, and to me, you're still my everything. And now I contracted HIV, and even worse, I'm a month and a half pregnant. She broke down right in front of me, fell into my arms, crying hysterically. I was shook. Like what the fuck was I supposed to do? At this moment, I didn't have a clue. Now maybe this is life's moment. Fucking me without no protection. Who knew? Sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah.